fun.
Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tonya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tonya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tonya R. Lewis.
This is Tonya R. Lewis with the Diary of Dating Over 50. Y'all like my new intro? It's hot, ain't it? All right. So we have in our studio online live, we have David the OH Oliver. And you know how I said, nobody can introduce you better than you. All right. Take it away, David.
All right, let me just do what I do for career-wise. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the magnificent show. It's your man, David the O Oliver, your friendly neighborhood loud foul mouth. How are you doing, babies? Welcome to the show. Let's go.
That was so cool.
That's a drop for you.
And that's what you do. What do you call that, David?
This is basically announcing and hosting, like a good MC, like taking it back to the early days of vaudeville and things of that nature, where you always had a good MC to get the audience in there, and it's become a lost art form, you know, because right now studios think it's easy. Let's just grab a comedian, but a comedian is not, a host is not to be funny all the time. It's funny, ha-ha, and then there's funny, aha, and that's what a host does, give you that aha moment.
Yes, I'm a aha, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? And I tell people that's what makes you think and makes it so more intriguing to where you don't even realize how much time went by. So that's what I do. I MC, I host a lot of events. Sometimes I do voiceovers for video games and different TV shows. And right now, I'm actually waiting for the commercial to come out. It's I can talk about it now. They never took care of me. It's called Bridge Bio. It's about new heart care medicine, and that's coming out. And currently, what's been running is the open door commercial for Christmas.
Okay, that's the one that I was posting, correct?
Yeah, and a lot of people. Because of that commercial, now I got a lot of students. I'm also an acting coach and talent scout. I work with different companies in DC, Maryland, Virginia, as well as New York. And you know,
hold that, because I'm gonna give you opportunity later on in the show to go into dive into your accolades and let people know about you and all that good stuff. But right now, we get ready to go into how you date. Okay, and my and then y'all his mother is in the house with him too, so we should get ready to hear some stuff. Okay, so my first question is, what is the funniest dating experience you have had since you turned 50 or over?
I was to say, whew. Yeah. You know, it's crazy being a caregiver. That's a limited opportunity. The funniest time was I took a young lady to karaoke, and again, it's nothing against the LGBT community, but we didn't know the two guys that were running it was a couple, and they were very theatrical. So the whole night we're just sitting there like, what did we walk into? We're trying to sing, and they're putting on Broadway, and they're like, it was just so fun.
So y'all didn't know where y'all went. I mean, what y'all was walking into.
No, it's supposed to be a family fun center in Maryland, and she said, "Let's go meet the guys out there because they love this at this other karaoke at the casino." So I said, "Okay, I'm cool. I support everybody." And so we went, and I'm like, "Okay, I'm there first." Oh, it's a bowling alley. It's family fun center. They have video games. Okay, and I said, "Wait a minute, are they singing?" I said, "Okay," and I get over there, and all of a sudden, "Hey, how you guys doing?" "Oh, hey." Oh, that's your husband. Oh, okay. And next thing you know, everybody in the room just started doing Broadway. And I was like, what the? Oh.
Okay. So you live in the DC area?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Born and raised?
Yes. Northeast DC on Capitol Hill.
Okay. All right. So.
And no, when I say Maryland.
When you say what?
Maryland. That's how people know you're from DC. So you say Maryland.
Maryland, because I say Maryland. Okay. So how has dating changed from when you were younger until now?
You know, it's ironic you'd ask that question. I said it in the comments earlier to someone. Dating over 50, is it lovely or is it deadly? And I
Ooh,
was
I like
saying
that.
deadly for the spirit, because it's been difficult, especially because, like I said, both of my parents are stroke victims, and having from time to time randomly have to help them out. It's become difficult because I'll meet women who will say, "Oh, you're such a lovely son. You're so great. I wish my children, or I wish I had a man that could look at." And then the second I can't show up for something, it's chaotic, and I'm like, "What were you wanting?" And then the other side of that is women. Even if you do the what you call it, those dating apps. Okay, I'm thinking it's cut and dry. If you're looking for sex, okay. If you're looking for a party, okay. You're looking to hang
Okay.
out, okay. But
Okay.
you don't confuse the three or whatever.
Okay. So
And
now, so back then you didn't have that issue when you were young.
no, I can easily go out to the club and hang out, meet a young lady, have a good time, and if we connect, we connect and go on out. You know what I'm saying? But I've noticed since social media, a lot of women in our age bracket, tend to dive back to their younger days as if they're missing something. And I'm like, okay, that was your experience. I lived my 20s and 30s and 40s and did what I could do for my life. But at 54, I'm not asking you to be nothing but allow me time to get to know you. They're moving faster than the young girls. I'm having more experience and more fun dealing with younger women or women of our age bracket who actually have serious careers. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's because you say the older women. See, I mean, okay, I'll play devil advocate here.
Good.
Okay, when a lot of us did not get to experience, not me, because I had to fulfill my life was balanced, but some women didn't get to hang out in the clubs and do that when they were younger because they were raising kids or they were married. Some of them have gotten a divorce and their kids are grown. So now, but they should be honest about what they want. Look, I like to party. And what they was just like, I mean, I'm not a clubber myself, but they should say that. You know what I'm saying?
And not only say it, but again, don't conflict home with experience in the world. I had one young lady about a year or so ago that was of that same ilk that you're speaking of. She had a 30-year marriage. The kids was grown. She had one left at home. And I was not the intent that I have when I meet a woman that I'm attracted to. Again, let me get to know you. I need all five senses to know you. Sight, smell, taste, all that, because I don't want to rush. Rushing is what we did when we were young. Right? But if you want to be in a relationship, you want to be with a world traveler, you want to get married because you did this, did that, okay, that's your prerogative. But if I'm upfront with you about what I'm doing, you cannot get mad. And with her, I was like, okay, you need to rip and run. And this is where she got mad one day. When I said, hey, well, let's catch up. I'm a simple man by design. Right? When I got to jazz up, if you were at the event I was at last night, you see me. But I said to her, let's just get together. She said, okay, well, I need to get my hair, nails, and toes done. I said, for what? To come see you. I said, but what are we doing? We just gonna go grab something to eat. And she kept saying, and I said, but what is you meaning? She said, shouldn't I look nice for you when I come see you? I'm like, yeah, but I'm saying to myself, she's not my woman. At this point, we're just getting to know each other. So just getting together.
But that's all the more reason that a woman want to get her nails and her toes done. That's all the more reason.
But guess what? Who gonna pick up that tab?
Oh, well, I mean, if she asking you to do that, that's a different thing. But I'm gonna get my own toes and my nails done because I like it for me as well. You know.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Same as I'm gonna get myself groomed. I'm gonna go to the barber. I'm gonna do this, do that. I'm putting a moisturizer.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
I can hear your mother's TV in the background.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, y'all. I know y'all heard that because I heard it. Yeah, he's taking care of his mom and his dad, y'all. So he's over there, and he had to go over there and take care of them because somebody didn't show up that was supposed to take care of him. So
I'm sorry, you still getting it now?
No, I'm not getting it now. Okay, so let's move on.
Watching church. I'm sorry.
She need to get her own toes and nails done and keep it moving.
Yeah, but you see, it was implying that I should pay for that, but she wasn't direct. And I finally said, "Well, what are you saying? Well, you know, can you get it?" And I'm sitting there saying, "You just described yourself as an independent woman. You've been doing this ever since you left your husband. You got this, you got that. Why in my mind? That's like me asking you to pay for my haircut and my shave. I'm not going to do that. That's a personal grooming thing." And so I said something to the fact, well, in my line of work, when men like me hear that, we think we're one of many. And I explained what that means so that she wouldn't think it was an insult. I'm saying to her, you can't go around saying that, because what I mean by one of many is today I pay for your hair and nails to get done. Tomorrow, Ricky goes and pays for your dress. Wednesday, Frank pays for your
all the way here. Hold on, David. You're going all the way here.
But that's what it was, because again, you're telling me there's a price tag to see you.
Okay.
So then,
okay. So let's move on, because that's what it sounds. You know that some women do that. All women don't do that, but some women do that, because that and I like today I was at a casting call for Atlanta's auntie of Atlanta, and one lady told me, she came straight out and said, "I'll be with men for money." You know, and if you're honest and you say that, you know, I'm with you. You need to pay for me. You know what I'm saying? And then you would know. And then it's you can make that decision of whether you want to continue to see this lady or not. Okay?
Exactly.
So,
and that's all.
So
I deal with professional people who are in that line of work. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about that. And I say, dang, that's at least good that you tell people up front.
What you do with those folks? What you do with those folks in that line of work?
Everybody comes to me for a consultation. I got pastors, politicians, because they want to learn. They know I know the art of presentation and sell. Okay. And that's what I do. So I don't, that's what some people, I'm not an actor or a comedian. Anything that you will see me do, I'm not those things. I just sell the idea. So I can tell when somebody's trying to make an exchange monetarily, because again, I know those type of men and women who live for that, and I respect them because they're upfront and honest, like you say.
Okay. So tell me this. How do you, no, let's go through this one. Can you share a moment where you had to be vulnerable while you were dating?
Recently, I mean, over 50?
Yeah, over 50.
There was a moment.
You had to be vulnerable, and I'm sure you have to be vulnerable quite a bit, because you take care of your parents, and that has to push you to those vulnerable moments.
And that's why some women I don't keep around, because I'm not one of those men. I'm not afraid to express myself on a deeper level at all times. Any conversation I'm having, we're going to have deep purpose, because I don't believe in talking for no reason. That's just me. I don't.
So you don't have a problem being vulnerable?
No.
Okay.
I can sit in the house and sit with my woman, and I tell my students the same thing: body movement versus body language. I can say a ton of words to my woman, and if she's receptive, she'll get it. And I won't say near word. My body would tell her everything, because I pay attention to my woman. That's how I am. So
your body language. Okay. So my body language, when I want some, I can just.
Exactly.
My body be like, okay. And I give you that eye, like,
Except when I do the eye, I look like Mr. Spock.
Please don't do it.
Like,
Okay. And see, the thing about being over 50, you know, we can say what we want. You know, I tell women all the time, I tell a man what I want. And if he can't do it or don't want to be with me because of it, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay? But we need to tell each other what we want.
But if you don't mind, let me interject right there while you're on that point. That's what I mean by sometimes the women revert back to their younger ways. They don't communicate. They feel they're going to be judged and things of that nature. It's like, but you're too old to worry about somebody's thoughts about you. You live in your life. You done been through that phase.
Live your best life. We can live our best lives right now.
Get off of social media. I've done reality shows. You ain't that. Live a real life. If you
Oh,
don't want something, don't deal with it. I tell a woman in a second, I can't give you what you want. I'm cool.
you cool. You cool at that.
Go see
So
Frank.
tell me something. How when is your expectation of intimate? Well, we ain't gonna say intimacy because intimacy is different than sex. Let's just say sex. When do you in a relationship or just seeing somebody? When do you expect to have sex with them?
When do I expect to have sex with them?
Mhm.
When we both want to at the same time, and it's
Oh,
beyond
you
a
do.
mental desire. It's a physical thing that it can happen. So that's why I tell a woman in a second, it can be the same day I meet you, or 10 days from now, or 100 days, as
So wait a
long
minute.
as
Let me
the
ask you this:
go ahead.
if somebody give you some on the first day, do you judge them?
No, I can't because I'm involved. That's the stupidest thing I always used to say to my guys. How can you judge and call her a hoe? Stupid, you the one that opened up your pants and let it whip. What? Why would you say that after you let it whip out and pop off? Why
Yeah.
would you do
So,
that?
so you don't look at a woman, you don't judge a woman if because I used to be like, I can't get none on the first date. I need to
Hmm.
be with you. I need to see you for about 30 days, maybe 90 days, and da
Hmm.
da da da. Now, if I want it, I'm taking it.
And it's the
You
same
gonna give
premise
it
as
to me.
before, right?
If I want it and you want it, let's do our thing.
And like I tell everybody, we all know men are constantly on, so let's not lie. That's number
Mhm.
one. Number
Mhm.
two, women are constantly on, except they're taught from birth, keep it under wraps for
Keep it
the
under
special
wraps.
occasion, special moment.
Do
Some people
not.
say use it for leverage, all that. But you guys have those things to keep it under wraps and choose when and when not to. Because I have somebody who currently had a situation and all the trial tribulation she's been through. And you know what I told her? I said, hey, what do you want to do? And she's like,
Ooh,
that's it. I said, what do you want to do to me? That's it. Whatever you want to do to me, I got you. And it
okay.
freaked her out that I was happy with just a little bit of something. And she's like, that's it. I said, hey, I released. I'm cool.
Ooh,
I'm not going to argue. It's better
okay.
than me with a bunch of lotion. So, hello.
Oh, David, you get that's all
And
right
see,
though.
because I like to dine out,
Oh,
okay, I make
okay.
sure she eats first. See, I love to make sure the woman is first. See, that's me. I'm that dude.
You know what? That is perfect because it's nice when the man think about you. You know, everyone, but sometimes I want to just like let me take care of you. You know what I'm
Now,
saying? So
now, before
that's
I sound politically correct, because people think, oh, he's saying that for the women. No, let me be honest with you. What turns me on is sound. I can't see with my eyes. I see with my ears. When I'm nervous, my senses reverse. So I can see you with my ears and I can hear you with my eyes if you're at a distance. So when I hear a woman making her sounds of satisfaction, it's going last.
okay. Okay, let's
No
move on.
Viagra over here, baby. I hear,
Let's go. Let's go to the next question. We'll come back to that. I promise you.
go ahead.
Okay. Okay. What advice would you give to someone who feels intimidated by dating over 50?
Mm, mm.
What advice would you give them?
I do it all the time. I just did it yesterday and I had to do it for myself 2 days ago.
Mhm.
First, know yourself.
Okay.
Understand what stimulates you both mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Hmm.
Then understand your finances and resources. Can you do the things you want to do with the individual that you're trying to attract? Then, if the person you feel is out of your space or out of your league, don't go there. Because why force yourself to do something you can't do? You already know yourself well enough, then treat yourself right. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to even feel intimidated. You still feel nervous and excited and joyful, but never fearful and intimidated. You should never feel that. And if the
Okay.
woman or man does that, talk to them first.
Okay.
You might be
Hold up.
surprised they not all that.
Hold that thought right there. We're going to run our commercial right now. I'm so excited about this commercial. Um, it's um, it's from our sponsor, and it's from I'm stalling because I don't see the. Good evening, everybody. This is Tonya R. Lewis with a Diary of Dating Over 50. So today we chose some pieces by Dressed by a Doll, Doll Faith. She does a la carte, guys. You don't have to be head to toe. You can put some of your own pieces with it. So we got this suede jacket and this bodysuit. And then I threw in my patent leather skirt and my boots. And I feel amazing. I feel like a doll. So thank you, Doll Faith. Dressed by a Doll. The Diary of Dating Over 50. See y'all later.
I was looking for the twirl. Girl. I was waiting for that twirl. I said, you about to go 85 and twirl.
But you know what? I feel great. And this bodysuit is really, really nice. I feel great in her clothes. And again, thank you, Doll Faith. Dressed by a Doll. That's who dressed Tonya. Okay. All right.
I love the fit, though. I love the relaxed fit to that. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice form fit, but it doesn't have to be tight.
No, but I like tight stuff, though. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's why I work.
Everybody want to do Spanx.
Yeah.
No, you don't need Spanx, baby. If it's natural, let it hang.
Yeah, it's natural. Okay. So let me ask you a personal question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you share a story about a date that didn't go as planned, but ended up being a great lesson? Tell me about something that a date that was it really kind of shook you, but it curved you to move to the next level or to move to dating after that.
Basically, was again just before 50, like 2019. I made a pact with myself that I wasn't enjoying the type of women that I was attracting, nor that my past had gave me. Of course, I learned from each thing, but there was a young lady who was supposed to be on the same path as me. I said, I'm gonna live like a monk. She's supposed to live like a nun. The agreement was.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You were living like a monk and she living like a nun?
Mm-hmm.
What that mean?
Because I was going to
have sex.
Not so much about the sex part. It's more like having that self-discovery about what do you truly want in a partner. Like now I can tell you clearly because I'm focused and I know my destination for what I want to do for myself personally. So much so that if I can't envision you in that space, I'm not going to put you there. I'm not going to try to wedge you in. If you're a square and it's a hole, you're not going. Let's just get out of here. And in this case, we had the conversation. I told her, and this goes back to the other thing about how fast to expect sex. And we had the conversation. I told her, for me, it's the art of communication. You have to tell me the things you want or else it's not going to work. She agreed. We go out, we eat, we come back to the crib, wasn't expecting nothing. And next thing I know, we just going at it. Damn near 18 hours she was there. And I was like, yo. And then she did exactly what she said she wouldn't do. She started formulating these things about relationships and everything. And I'm like, so when was I going to be brought into the conversation?
Well, you know what? Let me interject here.
Go ahead.
One thing with women is it's hard for us to separate great sex and you not being my man. Okay.
I understand. Go ahead. Because men do the same thing. Let's be honest. There are men, and the phrase is PU whip, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting there cursing when we say, you know, but I don't look at that as such. I say to people, but you got to have clarity. And again, the only way to get clarity is to be bold and ask questions and make a statement and stand on it.
So them 18 hours you didn't enjoy, did you enjoy it?
I did, and I thought we were on the same accord. Okay. And I kept talking throughout the whole 18 hours. I never not say what I said, because that was the turn on to us both, was the communication and the bonding in the mind.
Okay, so you didn't feel for her that she felt for you, that she wanted a relationship. You wasn't on the same. So next time, don't do 18 hours and
no, to answer your question, honestly, the potential was always there, but we had known each other off and on for over 10 years. And the last time I saw her, she was in a relationship. Last time she saw me, she thought I was married. I said, no, that's the young lady I was dating at the time that you saw me take the photo with. But there was always an interest amongst the two of us, but she didn't like the type of men she was getting. I didn't like the type of women I was getting. And it was a point of a mutual agreement. You would help me and I would help you. Let's stay focused. And if ever it comes up where we start to feel that there's something more building, we would talk. Because that was a major issue between the partners that we had. They would not talk.
Wait a minute. So she wanted a relationship and she didn't communicate that with you? I'm trying to understand.
Yes. She started formulating it and wanted to go that direction and hadn't even talked to me yet. And I'm sitting there like, but we just had this conversation. It's important to communicate what you want. She got mad because it was close to Valentine's Day when all this kicked off. And she was like, well, I don't want you to do nothing because you just won't feel obligated. And I said, you know what? You're right. Because if we're not there, me getting your Valentine's Day gift is empty. You're right. You're just receiving something nice, which I can do for you any day I feel like it. So that day holds no merit.
Okay. So you say you have students. Do your students range from all ages?
Yes. I have kids 5 years old to adults who are in their 70s. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
I just picked up some new ones last night.
Okay. So have you ever had a relationship with one of your students, and did that interfere with you teaching them?
No, I never crossed that path. I let the woman decide, because in my line of work, it's too many people. And I even had a situation a couple months ago. Young lady and I have been talking, and we never physically met. It was put in the air that we could become something of interest to each other. Mm-hmm. And so I go over, we do our thing. I'm doing a photo shoot. We're enjoying everything. And I'm thinking, and this is what I had to learn. There's people who are interested in me as the entertainer, but don't know David the man. So David the man is reacting to whatever they're doing. And then they get conflicted. And I'm like, hold on. You got to understand, we're in this space. Things are happening. And I'm mad enough to admit if I was wrong. And I gave the young lady a nice, soft, passionate kiss. Wasn't overbearing or nothing like that. And she had said, okay. And she was into the kiss. But what she was fascinated by was not me. It was DavidTHEOH.
DavidTHEOH.
And I had to realize I'm at a point in my status that I'm like that. I didn't know because somebody else told me. And I was like, but I don't see myself as that. I'm just Dave. That's what I'm giving just Dave.
Yeah, a lot of times, especially when we're in the entertainment business, you do what you do. I model, and I got this show now. But some people, especially if they didn't know us prior to, that's all they got to go on. So they go on that portion of you. Then they really don't know the other part of you. You know what I'm saying? So, you just have to be up forth and honest with everybody. When you gave her that passionate kiss, you might have should have told her, well, I'm interested in you, not as my student or the entertainment.
Oh, she wasn't even a student. It was a colleague.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't think nothing of it was on equal footing. See, I learned my lesson from watching Mike Tyson, what Anthony Anderson said, and so many other female entertainers have said. You should get involved with somebody who has just as much to lose as you do. So I don't mess with anybody who's less.
That's some good information. That's some good information.
Yeah, because even in your regular life, even if you're a lawyer, doctor, even a janitor, don't mess with somebody who got less than you, because they can throw you off, and you're being genuine and honest, and next thing you know, you at the jail or in the court or court of public opinion as this bad person, all because you felt the passionate moment and you thought this person was receptive. So back to what we meant earlier about people who are out for money. I would respect that because I know, $200. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
How much does the steak cost?
Who are some celebrities that you have worked with before, and have you been involved with any celebrities before?
I came close one time to getting next to Deborah Cox when I was dancing on BET. That was I was so mad. And this is what I hate about the men in this industry. They want to play gatekeepers to the women so bad, but the dude they let through is always some weak ass dude who don't really do nothing for the lady, and he's just there. But I who I worked with, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert De Niro. What was another person I worked with? I met Remy Ma, and this was right after she came home from prison, and I was fanboying. I think she quit, and I tried to cover it up as much as I could, but it was so hard because she grabbed me around my waist and said, "Show me what you got." Because she was, long story short, she was talking to my manager at the famous nightclub in Harlem, and I'm on the other side talking to some socialites about an event, and my manager said, "Well, come on over." I said, "Okay," because I'm getting ready to leave. She said, "All right, I want you to meet." And she's at the table talking to Remy Ma, her good friend, and she's trying to convince Remy to come over to acting. And Remy's having a hard time figuring it out. She said, "Well, my client, he used to do music too. Talk to him." And so she goes on the other side, and I talk to Remy, and I say, this is what I tell all my people: keep it on your phone. Don't go to YouTube. Keep it right on your phone. Take up all your data. Put it on your phone. I whip out my phone. I show her. She jumps. She says, "Show me what you got." And she hugs me around my waist. I'm like,
David, you need to have more control than that, okay?
Excuse you. She was. Let me tell you something. These women ain't as thick as you think y'all think they are when you see them on camera, right? So this was a welcome desire. This was a welcome distraction that she was thick, and I celebrate the thickness. I don't care. I celebrate it. So and that girl touched me.
You like thick women?
Yeah, because I like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a butt man.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I said I like to dine out.
Okay, moving right along.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Genevieve, hello.
Okay, so what qualities do you look for in a partner in this stage in your life? Because back then was different. At this stage in our life, it looks different than before. So what do you look for now for a partner? If you had to put your resume out there for a woman, the type of woman that you were looking for, what would it be?
It's the same as it was 20, 30 years ago.
Is that right?
Yes, because the thing never changed for me. I'm a hopeless romantic. Okay. And I'm old school with it. I believe in the power of a good relationship, communication. So she has to be a person willing to talk. When you said vulnerability earlier, like I told a student of mine, that don't translate to weakness to me. That translates to soft. You can be hard and do everything you got to do in the street. I love a tough woman. I love fighters, whether they fight in real life or they fight through here, do what they do. That attracts me. So when a woman does business,
that's your okay. So is that your love? What's your love language?
I'm gonna say touch and communication.
Okay.
Because I'm a Gemini, it's always a two-parter. So touch and communication.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I love when I see women who work out or they fight or they like, tough as nails when it comes to business.
You've been peeking at my workout videos, huh?
Yeah, I told you that. That's why I didn't know how we connected. I was like, who is this? Why is he on my page? What are we doing? Them boots ain't made for walking, they made for stomping on my back. Yes, ladies, I like it rough.
So you've been checking me out, huh?
Yeah, because I didn't know where you came from, and I was just like, how did she get up on my page? And I was like, maybe somebody connected us, or it came up as a person you should know, and I might have mistaken you for one of the people I was working with, because a lot of times folks come across the thing, and I'll get model types, I'll get actors, quite often. Again, some seeking counsel, and I'll be like, all right, cool, because I'm one of the few that at a certain level, I tell people, you should only listen to people who do exactly what you want to do to the level you want it done. And I don't charge a lot. I'm like, let me just give you the information so you can get started. Plant that seed, and then when you start to grow, I'll be right there for you.
Okay.
So same thing with the woman. I like to learn from her, and she can learn from me. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem. Sometime my producer, he may get jobs for voiceover, so he can give you a call if he needed. I'm putting a plug out there.
Yeah, it's not a problem. I just did one for the video game, and the kids went crazy yesterday when they found out they've been playing me in the video games. I'm in Grand Theft Auto.
What video game are you on?
Grand Theft Auto version 5 online. I play Vernon, the leader of the familiars that everybody's been waiting for, and I didn't know they've been waiting for it. I just went and read. I did the voice as if I was an LA gangbanger, and then
can you do just a little snippet for me?
Not if I can't cuss, because that was the whole thing about the character. It was like,
nephew,
just a little bit. Nephew, you out here in the streets, you represent me, son. You understand what I'm saying, son? So you can't be on social media putting all your business out there. Come on, boy. You remember when I was at the bar and I beat that butt snag? Come on, man. What do you think I was about, son? You see me put it on social media? Come on now. Let's go. Now that was the read, but the actual character was a little bit more gruff and more, I was able to use my southern drawl a little bit slower to allow for the character to develop. So be like, yo, P, give Drake back his phone, man. You know what time it is, that music. You can't be having that, son. Damn, nigga, you can't shoot.
Okay.
So it just depends on the moment and the character. I don't know.
So do women get turned on when you go into these characters?
I don't know. They never let me know. I'm always like, my name is Pedro. Talk to me. Let me enjoy you. Yeah. Let me lift you and let me just enjoy the taste of your body. So I don't know. I never get it. But
look, I was over here going like this.
See, but let me explain something to you. This is where I get in trouble, and this is where I had to realize last night I had to watch myself.
Okay.
All right, I hit the caution button because there was somebody I was attracted to. Then there was a couple other women that was coming to me. Mm-hmm. But when they started talking, I said, okay, I'm not getting this dad vibe. I'm not getting this older man vibe from them. I'm getting Stardust. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, damn. They see the O. They don't see Dave. Damn. So can I tell them my real name? I said, if I can't say my real name.
Do they call you the O?
Mm-hmm.
And that's your stage name.
Yeah, when I'm hosting. Yeah, mm-hmm. When I'm hosting is the O. When I'm on set as an actor is DavidTHEOH Oliver. And when I'm doing business is David Lipscomb, Lipscomb.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm an oldest Jewish white guy on paper.
Okay. So when did you first start doing these voiceovers? When did you know that it would make you some money?
I never did. I only started doing it because I was helping other people. Like, say, for example, yourself, you said, hey, Dave, I want to take the show to the next level. I want to be the next Ellen DeGeneres. So in the process, I started helping you to learn what it really takes, facts and figures, because that's always my saving grace. If I got the right facts and the right figures, I can always calculate and take $1 and make it into 1,000.
So I can tell you that I don't want to push Sherry Shepherd out the way. I just want her to move over a little bit and make room for Tonya R. Lewis. I can tell you that, and you can get me stats and stuff that I need.
Yeah, because I did that with my management team and their thing, and this turns out the young lady just came out on Good Morning America with the story that we could have broke about Puffy, but at the time she was fearful for her life.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
And I got that out of her because I was like I told my manager, I reminded her the other night, I got her comfortable in talking. I wanted her to understand. I wasn't looking for sensationalism, but I wanted true stories. True facts, things that make them appealing, away from what they do. Because one girl was a poet that's very well known. Another one was a big fan of Issa Rae, and she was like an Issa Rae fan club person. Mm-hmm. And then you had my manager, who's a comedian, and then you had this young lady who's an R&B singer. And so, and I'm not saying names because everybody can figure it out. She was just originally on Good Morning America, but we had the story first 4 years ago, and that's what I bring out of people. So I help them to understand how you can become the it. Once you have a clear, and I say simply like this: inspiration, aspiration, destination. I get people's aspirations, which is what you just told me, right? About moving Sherry over and making you. But I never get the inspiration, or if I do, it's very little. And I never get a clear version of the destination. And my test to everybody, and this will be for you: if you could do what Sherry Shepherd is doing, how would you present Tonya?
Right. Okay.
And that's usually where people get lost at.
Okay. Well, that's okay, because I won't get lost. I know I'm going to present Tonya. I want to be funny. I want to be empathetic. I want to cry with you. I want to be sassy as I am, because I'm sassy as hell.
That sounds like Jennifer Hudson, and she is weak as a host.
Yeah, she's weak.
And I said it. Yeah, she's weak as a host because it doesn't come across genuine. She's a shell. And Sherry is not a shell, but Jennifer is. There's a difference in presentation. I also teach how to host. So that's why I tell people you have to be give a decent presentation in order to get what you want. And to compete. So, yeah.
So let's get back to the dating.
Oh, real quick. I'm only 12 years old in the business. That's what freaks people out. I'm only 12 years old. And they're like, wait a minute. I'm like, yes, I started late, but I've been assimilating all this information for decades.
Okay. So what dating apps, platforms have helped you or have harmed you? How about that?
Remember I said, I put in the comments, is dating over 50 lovely or deadly?
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason why subconsciously my mind said deadly. When I said that, I was like, oh God, where'd that come from? And it's because I went on, what was that damn thing? Tinder.
Okay.
Oh my God.
When
Robots.
Tinder, everybody knows Tinder is a meat market. You were on the wrong one.
No, no, ma'am. Let me finish the story, and you'll understand why I say it's a trend.
Okay.
Because I listen to my boys at the gym, plenty of fish. That's the hood rat meat market, right? Used to the guys in my building, a couple of young guys, about 15 younger than me, they said, go on black. As we get the real hood chicks. Then my manager, being who she is, she said, well, when you go out of town, you should try Tinder. Okay.
You went on Tinder.
I go there, and there's so many robots, but there's also girls with roses. And I was like, what the hell is a rose? That was their code for how much money they wanted.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I've never been on Tinder before. So
then the last one, the one that really irked me the most, and so I just said, I'm not doing this no more. F it. I'm not. Bumble.
Well, I never been on Bumble before either, but I heard Bumble was for international.
Yes and no. Bumble is similar to Tinder in this vein that it goes to multiple cities, and yes, you can go to country. You can put in, hey, I'm going to travel to Lisbon, or I'm going to travel to Canada, which I did, right? But the problem is, again, when you get with the mature women, you're thinking you're getting a mature woman. But to me, and this is, again, my experience, I'm getting the ones who are rushing. Like they want me the second I type in, I'm meeting somebody who's 50 and they did. Oh, you want to have sex? Oh, you want to get married? Oh, we got to be in a relationship. I don't know. I got 3 things I need to know about you. Your last name, your mama's name, and your favorite color. I don't know any of those things.
So wait a minute. You saying older women want to jump right into relationships?
Because they say, in their reasoning, they don't have time to date. They don't have time for random sex. So they need to know they're dating on purpose. What is your purpose? Ma'am, I don't know your last name. I don't know your mama's name, and I don't know your favorite color. My purpose is my purpose.
Okay.
I told you in the thing what I wanted. So what the problem is. And I literally had someone try to educate me like I was an ignorant fool when I said, well, you know what? They just say you just want to go out on a casual date. Then why are you responding to me if that's not what you want? It doesn't matter how attractive I am. If what I said in that thing wasn't for you, why are you over here trying to convince me on something else?
So wait a minute. So when guys put in their profile, because I see, I'm on, I think 2 dating apps, and I've got my my flyer up there because I get men to go on my show. So when men put in there, they want casual. What do casual mean?
You can either say casual dating or casual sex. They give you that option, put up there what you want.
Hold on, that you did. They don't put casual sex. They just put casual.
Right. I put casual dating. Like I want to take my time to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not getting that. And that's why
I've seen guys that once you get into conversation with them, they want sex. That's what they mean by casual.
Everybody does, but it's like if I'm telling you,
I'm saying they just want sex. They just want to party, have fun.
And I've done that too. But again, I don't know why they're attracted to me, and they feel the need to try to consult with me on it. I'm like, baby, I put down what I wanted. That's the end of the conversation. It's in black and white. If you don't like it, roll on. If you're disappointed, okay. But you got a church, you got a job, you got a gym, you got a bakery, you got a grocery store. Hell, you got the street corner. Go pick something. Don't bother me. I'm trying to enjoy me. If it ain't for you, guess what, baby? I don't argue. Bye.
So if it's not for you, you just want them. You have the option to move on. Okay, and that's what. Okay, but you can't say 2 different things because sometimes men say 2 or 3 different things. They They will call you
Mm-hmm.
every day. They will have sex with you.
Mm-hmm.
They will say things
Mm-hmm.
pertaining to a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, women have a problem. We have a problem because it's, and I'm going to speak for not the majority, but I'm just saying some women, it's hard for us to separate the sex from the relationship. You know,
Yeah.
so if we having good sex and you're calling me every day and you're saying things like, can we or us or
Mm-hmm.
using those words,
Mm-hmm.
what are we supposed to, how are we supposed to get casual out of that?
Basically, see, that's a difference. See, where you speaking from is already in a situation. I'm speaking from the start. I can't get off the
Oh,
starting line.
you can't even get out the go
The gate.
to
I can't
go.
get out the gate. The horse is not running. It's a saggy bottom horse still eating the freaking hay, talking to me about get your ass up, let's get up and go. No, I'm not even getting out the gate. That's the problem I'm saying. But here's the thing that you're missing. And I'm starting to do like women do. And I've learned this over the years. I say, I'm out here trying to make myself presentable as a good guy. I'm doing everything and saying everything I need to do this. And yes, she ends up with this whack ass dude that I know in about a year or so, if that long, she's going to be off of and be calling me like, Dave, hey, buddy. So basically, and this is the thing that people miss, and I've studied this, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but long-term relationships have the word friendship.
Absolutely.
So if I'm on the thing of let me be your friend
Yes.
first,
Yes.
wherever we go, but let's start there first. That's the real bond. Can I
Yeah.
call you like I call my boys and I feel comfortable? See, going back to the original question about vulnerability comes in my mind. Can I talk to this person, not worry about being judged, say it the way I want to say it, and they be honest with their response and be clear on what they feel. And then if it's a thing, they will let me know it's a thing.
Yeah.
That's a
But
good
sometimes
friend.
y'all might keep us in the friend zone too long.
Ma'am, let me walk with you on this one. And as a big ass dude, I'm gonna say it the best way I can. As a big man, and all these big men out here to say the same thing, we don't have that luxury. Think
We
about
don't.
every big man. No. From a big man standpoint, let me walk the women through this if you don't mind. Look at a big man and look at who he's dating. I guarantee you, 9 out of 10, physically, it ain't gonna look right. But he's there with that woman as if it was nothing else in the world. Not because he can't. Some guys can't get nothing because they don't have a lot of options, and some guys shoot for the moon and they ain't ready for the moon. But somebody in my case, again, I got a lot of the moons around me. Last night I was circling around about 20, 30 of them. I could have pick of the litter. But I chose to say, who's going to hover around me? Who's going to gravitate towards I am doing? And I ended up helping somebody else out of a situation that she was going through. And I said, damn, here I am on a Saturday night helping somebody else out. And yet I ain't got nothing to go home to. But I have options, but they don't want to come that extra mile. And I'm like, I see women do it too. They have 10, 4 or 5 guys. And I don't get mad because as long as you keep your business out of my face, I'm cool. I'm just Dave. You got Frankie, Ricky, Tommy. That's your business. Right? As long as they ain't coming in my face and on my phone, I ain't got nothing to say. But I chose to take a card from a women's playbook and say, Dave, keep your options until somebody says they want to be Miss One.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. If there is something that you can change about yourself that heard from more than one woman, because they say if 2 or more say something about you, you got to take a look at it.
And I did.
Okay. So what was that?
Like I said earlier in 2019, the reality was I was being too laid back, too open and accepting of everything because the women I was dating, they either had bad, what's one to say, alcohol problems.
Let's keep the
No,
focus.
I'm saying it was on me. This is what I'm saying. I'm subjecting myself to their problems. I'm enabling their problems. So I was an enabler.
So what's the thing that you working on? What
I stopped being an enabler.
Okay.
You understand? Because I didn't realize in depth what an enabler was, because again, you see people, they give everything and they submit. They be too submissive. I wasn't being submissive, but yet I'm catering to that to keep them contained. And I'm saying to myself, if I got the trust issue, because the woman said to me, trust issue, both of them said it, but then they weren't being trustworthy, and they knew that of their caliber.
Okay,
but
so
instead of owning it, they threw it on me. And I said, you know what?
I want to bring it back to you, Dave, because you keep,
that's what I just said.
You keep interjecting it out to them. Let me say
no.
this.
The reason why I'm saying it, because you said the thing of what did they say? One or more said the same.
You said
and
trust.
It's a trust issue, because I'm doing what I'm doing to enable them to keep them around, thinking I'm doing a service to the relationship, but I was doing a disservice to the relationship. And I had to let them go. And then, sadly enough, one of them passed away from alcohol. The other one got herself off of it. But that was the deciding factor.
Okay, so we're gonna put the pressure. We're gonna put the focus back on you.
It is again.
Wait a minute. You said you had trust issue.
That's what they said.
Okay, so two people. I said two people or more say the same thing about you. Got to take a look at it. And you just said that it's trust issue. What started? So I have trust issue, and mine is because of a person that I was supposed to marry cheated, and then a man that I was married to cheated. Okay, so my trust issues, I'm so far away from where I was in the beginning, but I still got a tinge of it left. Why do you have trust issues?
Because early on in my life, I saw the ugly side of dating when I came home from the Marines. And it was because I lost a lot of weight. I was no longer the fat kid out of Northeast DC. I lost a lot of weight and I was chiseled, I guess, right? And I saw women who went crazy for other guys. Before I left, all of a sudden started going crazy for me. Oh, something happened?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. I even saw one woman cry.
Time is almost up. I think that's why he did that. Okay. Go ahead.
I had a woman crying on me because she did something with me sexually and she has a boyfriend. I'm saying to her, like, why is it coming my way with the negative? And so being number 2 or 3 on the list had me start realizing some of these chicks be faking because I'm the dude they faking with. So that's where it stemmed from. And I didn't want to be that. And I wanted to be Mr. One to my Miss One. That's why I say the statement, Miss One.
Okay. All right. So we got to wind this down. And it's been interesting. I'm gonna have to bring you back on one of my 7 minutes to go. Okay. I'm gonna have to bring you back on one of my men's panel. I have some men coming up and they're gonna tell us. Matter of fact, I had to add another one because the one coming up on February 23rd is how brothers talk about dating and sex. So I have one in March. So I may bring you back on that panel because I'm down to a couple. This is interesting. CC said I had a conversation with Facebook men that's far as she got. Okay, thank you, CC and Kathy. Dating with no strings. Thank you, cousin. She say dating with no strings. What is casual dating? We answered that, Joyce, but I guess
I'll keep it short. Joyce, it's simple as this. If you're going to get to know a man, you have to first go out. That's it. You don't have to have, you can keep your purpose and your agenda in your mind. And if things don't connect, then they just don't connect. But you have to first go out. He can't tell you his purpose and you believe him right off the first 5 seconds. Because I can tell you I want to marry you tomorrow.
Okay. So Joyce also said, I don't like it when women fake liking a man because then I end up with dating them and I get the backlash. The next woman get it.
Yes. That's a whole conversation right there.
I'm gonna have to introduce you and Joyce.
Yes. Where you live at, girl?
She live here. It's my BFF. She's
single. I can make the time. Don't get me started singing Mint Condition. Don't get that started. I'll be Stokely in 5 seconds. Don't do it.
Okay, so tell David, tell my viewers because they ask some interesting questions. But tell my viewers, what do you got coming up next? and where can they find you on social media?
And it's going to sound arrogant, but I'm at the level where I have an NDA on everything, even for my auditions. I be telling people, I be laughing because I can't tell you. But let's just say right now, I got more acting, speaking engagements, and more talent competition at the judge, and more classes I'm doing more lines so people can find me. And they can find me at DavidTHEOH. It's all one word, DavidTHEOH on Instagram, and then DavidTHEOH Oliver on Facebook. And the same on TikTok, DavidTHEOH. And they can find me there and hit me up. And I respond to everybody.
Yes, you do. I appreciate your insight and how vivid you give answers. I like that because I'm colorful too, and I like to animate some stuff. And you animated for us tonight. Oh, okay. Give me one more voiceover. I just love it. Give me one more voiceover, and then I'm going to do my closing thoughts.
Well, if y'all see this commercial, please let me know because I haven't seen it yet. But ATTR, cardiac amyloidosis, can cause you to miss what you want most. Visit soundofchoice.com and learn about new treatment options. I had to play a 65-year-old man. I just couldn't know how to do it, but I did it, and that's what I gave.
You did pretty good. Okay. All
and
right.
that old Wilford Brimley voice, that old CBS voice. Welcome to the movie for Saturday night. Or better yet, welcome to Dating Over 50 with Tonya R. Lewis. Are you ready for your experience?
Yes, you better say that. So I'll be getting in touch with you, David. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, and send them my way. DMV, what's up?
Okay. All right. Now, as we wrap up today's episode, let's take a moment to reflect. Dating after 50 can feel like trying to find a parking spot at the mall during the holiday season. Frustrating, unpredictable, and you just might end up in the wrong place. But here's things. It's also an adventure. Each date, like a new chapter in our diary. Some chapters are hilarious, some are a bit cringe-worthy, and few might even make us question our life choices. Remember, folks, it's all about the journey. Whenever you're swiping left or right, just enjoy the night. Just enjoy a nice cup of coffee with someone special. Embrace the quirks and the unpredictability. And hey, if all fails, there's always Netflix and a pint of ice cream waiting at home for you. So as long as we close today's chapter, keeps your heart open, your laughter loud, and your expectations, well, let's keep those realistic. Join us next time for the stories, the laughs, and maybe a few awkward moments. Until then, keep dating, keep laughing, and remember you're never too old to find love, or at least a good punchline. So next week, we're not going to have the diary of dating. I'm not ready to compete with the Super Bowl yet, but we're going to have a halftime show of clips from the shows that we've had. We're going to do a clip series for y'all for the Super Bowl. And I won't be on there with like in my bathing suit or anything, because y'all know I like bathing suits. Y'all know I like to be half clothed. and Doll Faith, you can find me a swimsuit. One of these days I'm gonna step up on here with a swimsuit on. But anyway, we're just gonna have the halftime show. But then February 16th, we're gonna have the models. We're gonna be in lingerie, and we're gonna be talking about sex. Are y'all ready for that? I don't know if anybody did a live show with lingerie. My models, they're going to walk in. They're going to show their beautiful lingerie off. And we're going to talk about sex. Yes. See y'all then. Thank you for joining.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tonya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tonya R. Lewis.